empathy was something that I was very I knew this is something that I want to work with. Before just interacting with another person, I need to know this. I need to be aware of how the other person will feel if this is how I react. And I think even in class, all the activities that I try to do or the consequence system that I have or any conversation, it's more aligned to empathy and connecting it to SVS. Okay, I need to think before doing something, that part of it. There are a lot of new students in my class and these students have not been together in an online space also. They're just meeting for the first time. And because there's a lot of religion divide in my classroom that's happening, kids never used to talk to each other and all of that. And I think as a teacher, I had the responsibility to make sure that there is a very healthy environment which is again related to the culture. When I kept names like, say like an Arjun or a Matthew when I had in a story, they said no, they will not be friends because he is a Christian, he's a Hindu. They did voice their opinions. So that's when like very deliberately I just added names which are very evidently belonging to a particular religion and I just started incorporating that. Initially they used to mention no, they can't be friends because they belong to other religions, but that's how I started integrating to my content. When you do a story about kids not respecting each other, they're all fighting based on religion, they're fighting based on the professions their parents are in, and all of that. You do a text and these kids understand, they're at 5th grade, they understand that okay, Miss is talking something that's happening in our classroom. And then from the next day, they choose to tone down the intensity of how they used to behave with respect to that particular one. And when you do it consistently for 1 week, every day the way in which they behave tones down, and by the end of the week, you get a refined version of themselves in terms of that particular thing. Beating up was a greater example, like a proper example in my class. We did stories about kids beating each other, kids getting injured, the problems. We spoke about child helpline numbers. We spoke about, there was one story where we did about a juvenile home, where one kid actually started beating up everybody, and one fine day he hit somebody and something happened accidentally, but he was sent there. And it was not fear that was coming in, but they knew, okay, now if I do, these are the consequences of it. So it was more a behavioral outcome. They stopped beating kids, at least in like the first floor of the school. They've toned down the level.